Welcome back to Maloja. We are here in the Engadin region in the very east of Switzerland. This weekend we are marking the beginning of our next expedition, 5 on Bikes expedition Inn Danube. In my last video I shared some background information about our summer adventure. So in case you have missed that video, I will link it for you. In just a few weeks we will return here with our bicycles and begin cycling eastwards towards Vienna, following the river Inn, who then eventually joins the Danube. But before the pedaling starts, we wanted to walk the first 2 stages. We are joined by my parents on this glorious weekend. Look at the weather. The initial plan was to hike up to the Lunghin Pass, the source of the river Inn, but there is still too much snow up there. So join us as we embark on this journey along the Inn. The river Inn begins here in the upper Engadin valley near Maloja, at 2,484 meters above sea level at Lake Lunghin. At this stage it barely looks like a river at all, more like a collection of streams quietly finding each other. And yet this water will eventually travel 517 kilometers through Switzerland, Austria and Germany, before joining the Danube in Passau. From there the water continues all the way to the Black Sea. I always find it fascinating how something so small can become something so immense. The first stage takes us from Maloja to Sils in Engadin. One thing I love about hiking with children is that they notice completely different things than adults do. While we think about distances and logistics, they suddenly stop because a stick looks interesting, a stream needs to be crossed, and a rock needs to be thrown into the water. And somehow that changes the rhythm of the day in a good way. One of my many reasons I love hiking are the picnics and the snacks we get to eat along the way. The Engadin Valley is one of the highest inhabited valleys in Europe, and unlike many alpine valleys, it feels surprisingly open and wide. This whole landscape was shaped by glaciers thousands of years ago, and even today it still feels incredibly raw and elemental. The Inn River connects 4 lakes here: Lake Sils, Silva Plana, Chamfer and Lake St. Moritz, before continuing eastwards through the Alps. We will walk alongside all of them during these 2 days. But of course, not every moment feels cinematic. There are tired legs, emotional moments, snack negotiations, and repeated questions about how much further we still have to go. But that is all part of these adventures. Not because everything is perfect, but because we experience it all together. By the time we arrive in Sils Maria, everyone is pleasantly tired. The kind of tiredness that only comes from spending an entire day outside. And as the evening settles over the valley, it suddenly feels very real. In just a few weeks we will return here with fully loaded bicycles.
Day 2 of the Inn adventure. We are walking another stretch from Sils, where we left off yesterday, towards St. Moritz. St. Moritz will be our starting point in 5 weeks with the bikes.
As mentioned, today we continue towards St. Moritz. This section follows lakes, forests and open alpine landscapes. And while St. Moritz is known around the world for luxury tourism and winter sports, approaching it slowly on foot feels very grounded. The most striking feature of the inn is its green color, which it owes to the glacial water that feeds it. Along its course, it collects water from 823 glaciers, which shape its form and color. In this way, the Inn grows to become one of the most water-rich rivers in Europe. Its flow is subject to significant seasonal fluctuations, as the water level is influenced by the melting processes on the glaciers. Another characteristic of glacial rivers is that they become cloudy on warm days due to the fine rock dust originating from the ground moraine debris beneath the glacier. As a result, the Inn presents a very different appearance depending on the time of the year. In winter it is often turquoise and clear, whereas in the summer month it usually appears milky and cloudy. As we walk, I constantly try to imagine what our journey will feel like, where we will stop, where the difficult sections might be, how we will handle the longer days, the elements. Right now it still feels slightly abstract, like an idea we are slowly walking towards. After a beautiful hike in perfect weather, we arrive in St. Moritz. This is where the walking part ends, and where in a few weeks the cycling adventure will truly begin. From here we will follow the Inn through the Alps, all the way to the Danube, and eventually onwards to Vienna. Standing here now at the very beginning of the route, everything still feels far away. The kilometers, the campsites, the headwinds, the memories we haven't made yet. But every big journey begins somewhere, and ours begins here, with a river quietly flowing through the mountains.